This is Margaret Marshall, your healthy living expert, and we're here today with Cathy. And Cathy has a challenge that she would like to discuss with us. And, maybe many of you have the same challenge. So listen in. And Cathy, how can we help you today? Welcome, first of all. Thank you for being here.
Yes, Margaret, and it's great to be here to discuss, the issue of when we all, get tired, when our schedule, we try as much as possible to stick to our routines, meaning, you get up, you exercise, you eat right, etc. You drink the right amount of water. And then there's times where you get very, very busy. You may not be able to eat the right things at the right time. And you get tired, and you may have a glass of wine, and then all of a sudden you find yourself getting off routine, eating the wrong things, you may only allow yourself dessert 3 times a week. Now you're eating it 5 times a week. So the question is, how do you now kind of get yourself back to eating healthy and staying on track?
Well, that's a really good question, Cathy, and I think many people have that same issue. But I hear you saying various different things in there. Number one, the way things start to snowball. When we're eating healthy and we're taking care of ourselves and we're feeling really, really good, that kind of builds on itself. When we lose that, it kind of snowballs out of action. And I hear you saying, you'll agree with that. I could see by the look on your face.
Yes, definitely.
And I always wonder, and the same thing happens to me from time to time, because none of us are above this. I wish I could say there was a magic word or a magic key I could give you, but none of us are above this. What I always tell people is and then I'll get into your question even more, but what you want to really do is make those times where you feel like you're, and I hope I'm not putting words in your mouth, but a little bit out of control. You want to make those times shorter.
Yes.
And you want to make the times in between the times that happens less. So what I mean is you don't want it to be a daily thing where you get out of control, and when you get out of control, you don't want it to last for weeks or for months. But you've said a lot of things in there, Cathy, that you use the word tired, and tired is a big thing. You use the word busy with your schedule and busy with your work. And you also, you said sometimes I drink enough water and I eat well, and then all of a sudden that goes away. So I would say to you first, when you are eating well, when you are exercising, when you're drinking the water you need to drink for your health, tell us what that looks like and feels like for you.
Well, first of all, you really feel like you have a little bit more energy. You feel like you're doing the right thing. And you start to put your clothes on, and you actually spend more time, kind of prepping yourself, because you're starting to feel very good about yourself. So that's what it feels like.
That's what it feels like. And that's what it looks like to you too, I'm sure. So what you're saying is, when I'm eating right, when I'm drinking the water, when I fit exercise into my busy life, I have more energy.
Yes.
So when you're not, it does make sense that you're getting tired. When we're eating food that doesn't give us the energy we need, which, we could eat all day and not nourish our body.
Yeah.
And, overweight people can be undernourished. Yes. Because they're not eating food that's nourishing them. So then they get tired and lethargic, and the more weight we put on, the more lazy we become. I hate the word lazy, but can't think of another one to use right now. But that's what happens. So how do we stay eating right and drinking the water you need to drink, and including your exercise when you're busy and it's not always on your mind? Now, you and I have met before, and I know I know a lot about you, but we've never talked about this before. But I can just tell by looking at you that most often you're taking care of yourself.
Yes, it's very important. It's a top priority for me.
So it's only sometimes that this happens.
Yes. And once you get on a roll, you're on a roll. It's either you're on a roll taking really good care of yourself, and then sometimes, when you feel like you're being too good, you want to be bad. So you get on a roll of, doing not the right thing.
We all want to be bad from time to time.
The key thing is, I think, is the awareness. Because once you're so aware of it, you can somehow slowly but surely turn your ship back to making sure that you're doing the right things.
Right, right. And I always say, when you're somebody who takes care of yourself all the time, it's what you do the majority of the time. And I think what I hear from you is that you're very aware that when it starts slipping away, and you are, yeah. And you can kind of, what it takes for you to pull it back. But the one thing I want to address that you said, you used the word tired. And being tired leads to overeating, because our body looks for energy when we're tired. And when you start chewing, it thinks it's getting energy.
Oh, interesting.
Yeah, and it's not the energy it needs right then. It needs sleep, or it needs rest. And now that could be the middle of the afternoon, or not when it's time to go to bed and rest. So take a look at what your sleep patterns are like at this time. When you find yourself losing your resolve to eat well, to drink your water, to exercise, what's happening to your sleep patterns? Are you?
Yeah, that's when the sleep patterns get off, because it's the sugar or the wine or whatever it may be that makes you so that you can't sleep the right pattern. Yeah, you wake up in the middle of the night, you get overheated.
Right, and very often when we're tired, we look for sugar, because sugar is an immediate energy booster, but then it kind of drags you down a little bit too. So if you find yourself, it's the middle of the day and it's not time to go to sleep, start thinking about your sleep patterns, how they can change. Don't go for sugar, though. Go for protein items. You know what protein items are, correct? Meat or eggs or cheese or, fish or something in the middle of the day, milk. Go for a protein item at that time and get your energy from the protein item.
Yeah.
Try and avoid the sugar. The sugar will give you a false sense of energy. Say that again?
Sugar is the worst.
Yeah.
It's the worst.
And sugar calls for more sugar, so then you want to keep eating those kind of items as well.
Man, I'm telling you, it's like addictive. That's why I don't want to have one cookie, because I know I can't stop.
It is addictive, absolutely. And it's more addictive when you're tired, you'll notice. Sometimes if you're feeling really good and you're eating really well and you want to have a cookie, you can have a cookie and stop. It's when you're tired and you're starting to feel like that. The other thing you mentioned was wine. And wine will, or any alcohol, will affect your sleep patterns. Yes. Wine will put you to sleep, but then it will wake you up.
Yes.
So you want to be careful with that. And also, if that's happening and you realize that the exercise that you're accustomed to doing, you're not doing anymore, does that happen? You've kind of let that slide? Yeah, yes. Get back to that exercise. That'll make a big difference. And in the book that I have coming out, Healthy Living Means Living Healthy, I have a whole section on how to, I hate to say start again, but that's what people think, that they have to start again. I just think it's move forward. Just pick up on the skills that you already have, and then you move forward with the skills that you already have, and you continue to build on them. So, Cathy, I would say to you, just watch your sleep patterns, because I think you're a really good eater. Anyway, I think taking care of your body and your health is really important to you. Yeah. I'm correct with that? Yes. And I think for the most part, you eat well, you eat good food.
Yes.
Sugar is not your lunch, right? Sugar items, not your lunch.
No,
right?
And I eat pretty much at the same time every day, almost, So, I try to keep an eye on what it is that I'm eating. I got my vegetable, I have my protein, I have my starch, that kind of stuff, my fruit.
Excellent. So I would just say to you, Cathy, the next time you see yourself sliding back into that, I'm going to have sugar and I'm going to have a glass of wine to put me to sleep, just check two things. Check where your sleeping habits are, and know that that's not really you. And so you just want to limit the amount of time that you allow that to happen. You don't want it to go. Some people let that go for weeks or months or even years.
The worst when you get off that, I call it, and you get, you're like, oh, no. Yeah, you have to really jump back to healthy, living as soon as possible. Once you're aware that it's happening, you're going the other way.
Because it just doesn't make you feel well.
No, and once you put on 1 pound or 2 pounds or something like that, it's like you think, oh, no problem. No, it's not. It is a problem.
It
It's
is a
not
problem.
easy to take it off once you put it on.
No, no.
So much work.
Especially as we age, and we're all going to age. That's our goal. Our goal in life is to age, but we want to age healthfully. So, that would be my suggestion to you. Pay attention to your sleeping patterns. Pay attention to the food that you eat when you're feeling like that. Go for protein first. Just go for a protein item. Get the energy from that, and then think about your sleeping patterns. Nothing wrong with having a glass of wine. There's nothing wrong with that. I don't mean to say that. But you don't want to have a glass of wine to help you to sleep, because it's not going to do that.
No, and you know what? Look, that's such great advice. So thank you so much.
Well, I thank you for being with us today, and I hope you heard something that will help you, and you think of this conversation the next time that happens to you.
I will.
Thanks, Cathy. Enjoy your day.
All right, you too. Thank you. Bye-bye.
Okay, thanks. And thanks, Cathy, for being here. And again, this is Margaret Marshall, your healthy living expert. If you have any challenges you would like to share with us, or you'd like to talk to me, please subscribe to this channel, and we will help you out. Enjoy your day. Remember to eat what you like and learn how to eat it.